So today is another special day here at TBKA as we celebrate our STEM Students of the Month. So boys and girls, middle school students, we are very, very proud of you. This is a big, big deal. Parents, we thank you for coming. We thank you for your patience. We have a few students trying to get to school, so if they come in, just bear with us as we try to get them across the stage. Parents, let me tell you, if this is your first time kind of how we do this, we'll call the pre-K students up first, and we'll get them in a line, and then we'll say, parents, please come take pictures, and we'll do kindergarten the same way all the way through, so you have a chance to come take pictures as long as you need, okay? So don't feel like you have to literally stiff arm another parent to come take a picture, okay? We'll get you squared away. Today is a great day, and we're all excited, and we're kind of a little jittery because everybody's ready to go do something else. I don't know what big's coming up, but I think a big holiday's coming up. So we'll get started. I want to welcome and introduce some folks to you. You can hear their names live. I want to make sure you know who they are. This is a combination between our STEM coordinators and our guidance counselors. And we talk about good characters and good people, but we also are talking about creativity today. So first, let me introduce to you our guidance counselors that we have. They're all here. You see some kind of crazy light show going on up here. And this light show is Miss Addison. She is on the lower campus. And to her left is Miss Mandasa. And over to my right, you have Miss Carmelita Bell, looking like an elf over there on the list. And Miss Marnie Wonderly will be our MC today. Our two STEM coordinators that will help us do these presentations today will come at this time, Miss Nicole Timonella and Miss Holly Gerlach. Will you come help pronounce names? Again, parents, just wait until we are done calling names, and then we will ask you to come take pictures.
Sorry, I'm short. Good morning, everyone. We're so excited that you're here this morning, and we know that it's a rainy, kind of gloomy day. However, there's much to be happy and to celebrate about. This month is creativity, and creativity is personally one of my favorites because it is one of our 4 C's of STEM. So when we think about creativity, creativity often implies an aesthetic piece of it. However, it's not just aesthetics, it's so much more. It's being able to think differently, and it's being able to look at things and being able to solve problems and be innovative. So we're very excited because we have some of the most creative children in the building this morning, starting from our pre-K kids all the way through 8th grade. So please help me in welcoming Miss Wonderly to get this show started.
As much as Miss Wonderly doesn't want to admit it, I need my glasses to be able to see these wonderful names. And we're going to hold our applause in groups. We are prepping them for high school graduation. They're going to pass me their name so that I will read their name. I'll read what their teacher said about them. They'll walk across the stage, and then once we break from each class, I'll say, here are pre-K, here's kindergarten. That's the cue for pictures and applause. Here comes pre-K. Lucas comes to school each day full of ideas as well as ways to implement them. He is persistent and imaginative, sharing designs with friends. We love watching what Lucas will think up next. Alex shows his creative abilities during individual art projects. He has shown that he uses his creativity at home when he does science projects from home to share with the class. Nadine is creative in her approach to building structures during developmental centers. She also uses her creativity during imaginary play and art projects. And these are our pre-K students. Parents, if there's any of you that want to pop up and take pictures, you are welcome to do that now. Okay, starting us off with kindergarten, we have Michael. When it came to choosing a student for the STEM trait of creativity this month, I had no question about who I would choose. Michael uses his imagination and original ideas daily through his discussion and his work. Creativity should be his middle name. Very creative student. She loves to draw and adds details to all of her pictures. She's also very creative in her storytelling. Ty is a great student. He is great at generating new ideas while collaborating with his peers and at making new connections. I'm so happy that Ty is a part of our class family. I chose Beatrice because she often thinks outside of the box. She has come a long way since August with taking risks and trying new things. Recently, she suggested that the class come up with a plan to correct our behavior when our elf did not come back. Her illustrations are creative and involve great detail. I am very proud of her hard work. Way to go. Bella is a creative thinker in all academic areas. She enjoys demonstrating her artistic talents in her illustrations and hands-on creations. Although she is a quiet observer, her creative thinking is consistently demonstrated in her written communication. Esteban has great artistic abilities. He draws and colors his pictures so well that his teacher is learning from him. He takes ideas and gives his own interpretation for them, and always does a wonderful job. He is a great help in our class. London is always using her imagination to come up with fun and exciting ideas in our classroom. She is a wonderful representation of the word creative. Chase is a very creative student. He thinks outside the box and will often creatively connect multiple concepts we are learning together in the classroom. He can take his knowledge and apply it to the real world. He was also creative with cups to win Science Olympics for our school. Samuk shows his creative side by thinking outside the box. He always questions and wonders if there is another way to solve a problem. He tries many different and unique ideas out before coming to a conclusion. He likes to explore and try new things out, and you can see his creative side shining through. We are so proud of you. Nicholas always displays his hardest work and is looking for new ways to show his thinking. Abdurrahman is creative in his questioning and with his responses. He comes up with creative ways to solve problems as well. Way to go. And these are our kindergarten students. Parents, go ahead and please feel free to come forward, take your pictures. And first grade, Ms. Randazzo is coming to get you ready to come on stage. Chase starts us off with first grade. He uses creativity to solve problems and create new solutions. He has even created an engineering journal where he draws and writes about all of his creations. His ideas are unique and original, and we love when Chase shares his creativity with us. Iha is always coming up with new creative ideas and wants to incorporate them all into all of our classroom activities. Whitney is an excellent student. Her creativity shines in many ways in our classroom. She is a talented artist. She brings a fresh perspective to class discussions and projects and uses writing crafts that catch her readers' attention. Keep reminding all of us to have new ideas, Whitney. Mia uses her creativity in her writing and loves to express her creative thoughts. Mia deserves our STEM Student of the Month award for creativity because she has an open mind and is never afraid to try a new exercise or sport. She always comes to PE with a positive attitude and a smile on her face. Her enthusiasm to learn and participate is contagious. Way to go, Mia. Keep up the good work. Victoria is a very creative student. She shows her creativity in many ways in the classroom. She has a vivid imagination and is able to visualize things and creatively express them. Heike is creative on paper and in conversation. She is excited about sharing her new creative ideas with each other. Her creativity is very detailed and explicit. Delaney is our STEM Student of the Month for creativity. From her writing, illustrations, song lyrics, and everything in between. She is always coming up with something unique to share with the class. Way to go, Delaney. Gianna is our STEM Student of the Month. She loves to create. Her creativity shines in everything she does, from her ideas to her writing and illustrations. She is one of a kind and she inspires her peers to be creative as well. Matilda shows creativity throughout the day. When writing, Matilda will go the extra mile to provide great descriptions in her writing. When working in groups, she thinks outside the box and always tries her hardest. Way to go, Matilda. And this is our first grade group. Come forward and take pictures at this time. Second grade, look to Miss. Hold, please hold. Yeah. They're on the other side. Okay, now second grade, come on down. First, starting our second grade, Alani is our STEM student for creativity because she is curious about the world and is very creative in her assignments. She enjoys learning and uses her creativity to get things done. Congratulations. Shritha's creative expression is out of this world. She is constantly showing her originality in all areas of her classwork. Way to go. Emma's ability to write creatively is a constant inspiration in our class. When the opportunity arises, she is the first to artistically express herself as well. Stay creative, Emma. Yay. Zaire was chosen by his classmates for his creativity. They love the way he expresses himself through his pictures. Good job, Zaire. Sandra is always creating something extra special in our classroom. She has an ability to create something out of literally nothing. She is always asked to draw things for her classmates when we are doing creative lessons. Additionally, she is a creative individual who shows consistent creativity through her dress, attitude, and ability to see life with an artistic eye. One example of her witty creativity is she had used the idea to use Minecraft figures for her anti-bullying campaign and made it happen. Riley composes his own short melodies and rhythmic patterns in our music class. He also choreographs his own dance. Sophia has encouraged all of us to be more creative. She expresses herself freely as she creates posters, sways, and charts to demonstrate her understanding. Thank you, Sophia, for always having your personality shine through. Riley, you are such a delight to have in art class. I love that you draw any chance you get. You are always carrying your drawing journal around and willing to share with me and your class. Keep up the drawing. Braden shows creativity by coming up with new imaginative ideas. Recently, he created his own book of inventions. You can find Braden using his imagination throughout the day while staying focused on our learning tasks. Way to go, Braden. Our STEM student of the month is Carter. Carter shows his creativity in many ways throughout the school day. His creativeness shines through his responses to questions or his comments to his friends. I enjoy reading his imaginative style of writing and listening to his homework projects that he shares with the class. Fiona is a very creative student. She always is thinking about how to do things or solve problems differently. She shares these ideas with her classmates. Her drawings and artwork are quite creative as well. I see a lot of creativity and elaboration in her writing. Cooper has a wonderful imagination. He displays it through his artwork as well as writing songs. He has the ability to come up with new ways to solve problems during class discussion. He is truly talented. Way to go, Cooper. Elisa demonstrates her creativity to her classmates in many ways. The science and social studies project she plans and illustrates, her solutions to math problems, her participation in art and music class, and the games she devises on the playground. Keep up the creative work, Elisa. And this is our second grade. Third grade, I'm going to ask you to stand and follow Ms. Randazzo's directions. And parents of second grade, you're welcome to come forward and take pictures at this time. Very exciting, but please remember your manners and listen carefully to what we share about these boys and girls that are being recognized. Third grade, Charlie's going to start us off. Charlie is always finding creative ways to accomplish the task that is in front of him. He thinks outside the box and comes up with great ways to solve the problem at hand. Christian always comes up with creative ways of responding, creative ways of thinking, creative ways of helping in the classroom. I love his willingness to keep improving. I am proud of you, Christian. Keep working hard. Michaela never fails to add a creative twist to her assignments. In addition, she also encourages others to show their creative side. Great job, Michaela. Cassidy is a wonderful creative student. She shows this STEM trait in several ways. Cassidy is a gifted writer. She loves to put her voice in her pieces. I love to follow her reading, whatever she has written. Cassidy is also a very talented artist. She's shown me many beautiful dress designs that she's worked on at home, and not only is she creative, but she is also polite, respectful, and responsible. A true STEM student. Julia is always finding new and creative ways to think in the classroom. She always tries her hardest and is a huge helper. You rock, Julia. Logan knows how to get those creative juices flowing. He is constantly thinking of different ways to see things, and he is able to add his own touch to ideas. Way to go, Logan, for being our creative STEM student. Adriana is very creative when she comes to PE. She works very hard at creating a better way to accomplish goals. She does an excellent job of working with other students in her class to create a new way to do things. Way to go, Adriana. Tala is our Creativity Student of the Month because she is always finding interesting ways to solve math problems and is always willing to share her ideas with her classmates. Way to be creative, Tala. Kayla always works very hard during the academic day. She comes up with many new and different strategies to solve problems, answer questions, and present information. Shivani has only been in our country for 9 months. In this short time, she has used her creativity to learn the language and teach other classmates her beautiful cursive handwriting. Shivani, Mrs. Delgado is very proud of your creativity. Aaron shows creativity in our classroom because he is always looking for different ways to explain his thinking. By doing this, he challenges other students' perspectives on the content and opens them up to new ideas. Great job, Aaron. Jason shows creativity in many areas, both in and outside of school. He has shown how artistic he is through his drawings, which he often does outside of school and brings in to share. He is creative in his problem solving within math and can approach problem solving using a variety of strategies. In science, he demonstrated his creativity by coming up with an experimental design for his STEM fair project on flashlight batteries, and by ultimately creating a project display to communicate his results. Ryan's creativity shows in so many different ways throughout all subject areas. He thinks outside the box. His classmates enjoy working with him and the way he expresses his ideas and thoughts. Way to go, Ryan. And this is our 3rd grade. Fourth grade, look to Ms. Randazzo for direction, and 3rd grade parents, you're welcome to come up and do pictures. Fourth grade, Jayana is going to start us off. She thinks outside the box in everything she does. She finds different ways to problem solve, share new ideas with friends, and is always searching for innovative ways to come up with solutions. Peyton was chosen by his classmates because he is very creative. His STEM fair project was extremely original, and his display even had lights. Peyton is one of a kind, and we think he is fantastic. Katie shows creativity every day, from her writing to illustrations to her contributions and discussions. Katie shines with creativity. Jackson demonstrates creativity in all that he does. He is very imaginative and finds unique ways to solve problems and accomplish tasks. Casey is a student that shows creativity on a daily basis. She adds her own personal touch to assignments and presentations. We can always count on Casey to come up with new and unique ideas. We are so proud of the creativity that Casey brings to our classroom every day. Adelise exudes creativity across all subject areas. She continues to build her world knowledge by showing interest in other cultures around the world. She uses her creative talents to assist her in solving math problems and shares her creative gifts with others around her. Congratulations. Aiden shows his caring and thoughtfulness through the drawings that he creates for others. Instead of simply expressing his feelings through words, Aiden chooses to display his feelings through sketches. I often find his hand-drawn cards on my desk from Aiden that brighten my day. Aiden is kind, caring, and uses his creativity to show those around him what they mean to him. Arnav's creativity shines in everything that he does. Creative solutions to problems, narrative writing, and creative games to play with friends are only a few ways that he earns Student of the Month for creativity. Lauren demonstrates creatively daily in the classroom. She is frequently coming up with new ideas that are original and unique. Way to show your creativity, Lauren. And these are our fourth graders. Fifth grade, look to Ms. Randazzo for directions, and fourth grade parents, you're welcome to come up and take pictures at this time. Okay, we're going to start with fifth grade. I know we have a lot of boys and girls to recognize, but I still need you to remember your good tiger manners. Starting off fifth grade, we have Emily. Emily consistently demonstrates creativity in her writing. Her imaginative Tropicana speech was a perfect example of exemplary speech writing and speaking skills. Isaiah brings new and unique ideas to our classroom daily. He approaches each situation with an open mind, working to make sense of the task with a smile on his face. He not only shows creativity in learning, but in his interactions with classmates too. Isaiah and his creative thinking enhance the learning in our room. Zach has a lot of great ideas. He helps the other students think of new ways to learn in a creative way. Nefeli is our student who demonstrates creativity every day. She is an outside-the-box thinker and dreams up cool ways to complete tasks. She is a fantastic student, and we enjoy having her in our classroom. Lauren Elise is a wonderful artist. She enjoys creating whimsical drawings and creations. Keep creating, Lauren Elise. Robert's use of creativity is clear in his artwork. He also offers a unique and creative perspective when participating in art critiques. Jenna often displays her creativity when she is tackling tricky problems in math class. Her ability to think out of the box enables her to often have alternative methods of solving problems, which benefits our entire learning community. Jordan has a very creative mind and is always coming up with interesting topics to discuss in his class and in his work. His Tropicana speech topic was both unusual and funny, and those are two words that I often find suit Jordan himself. His creativity keeps others laughing and looking to find the creativity in themselves. Andrea is always coming up with new and innovative ways for activities we do in PE. She expresses her ideas and is always eager for new challenges. This is our fifth grade. Sixth grade, look to Ms. Randazzo for direction, and fifth grade parents, feel free to come on down. All right, we're moving on to 6th grade. Quentin uses his creative ways of thinking to express his thoughts and complete his assignments. He is always thinking outside the box. Pierre is an extraordinary gifted artist. We are lucky to have him share his creative mind and talents with us. Felix is a bright student who is very creative in his thinking in class. Way to go, Felix. Students have known Sabrina for a while, and they all know what an artistic and creative person she is, but had no idea until we completed a What's Your Favorite College project in class. One part of the project was to create a stained glass artifact that represented your favorite college. Many students struggle to replicate their favorite college logo or mascot, but not Sabrina. She masterfully hand-sketched a beautiful rendition of the University of Connecticut's Husky. I hope that you continue to follow your passion and share your creativity with others, Sabrina. Layla is very creative in all of her assignments. She adds her own personal flair to the activities she participates in. Great job, Layla. Jaylee's uses creative problem solving in all parts of the curriculum and explores all possibilities with original ideas. Sophia has an outstanding overall attitude, is respectful, and always gives her best effort. Rowan is not only writing a novel, but was the creative director for our door decorating contest. She is always coming up with the original and imaginative thoughts and ideas. Watch out, world. She's going to take you by storm. Alana was nominated by 2 teachers. Alana always has creativity on her mind, whether it is a different approach to doing an assignment or a drawing. She's a talented artist, and I am proud of her for taking that talent and using it in the classroom. Brooke is creative in her way she communicates with her peers and teachers. She makes people feel special in creative and thoughtful ways and participates in our cooperative groups with the creative ideas that she shares. Megan uses her creativity every day. She adds her own personality to class projects and presentations. She has a bright future ahead. Kahari may be short in stature, but he's huge with creativity. He is funny and personable and is willing to share his ideas with everyone. Dylan is a very creative student. He likes to draw cartoons and movie figures. Nick Jr. is his favorite. Dylan is a wonderful student and the class enjoys his art. And these are our 6th graders.
Yes. All right, starting us off in 7th grade, we have Alexandria. Boys and girls, hang in there. There's just 7th and 8th grade left. I know you can do it. Alexandria was nominated by 2 teachers. She is always coming up with creative ways to make drab situations more colorful and fun. She makes first period PE a lot more fun. She's also an incredible artist. She strives to create something interesting and beautiful in art class as well. Julia is one of the most creative students I have ever taught. She is musically gifted, very artistic, and has a good wit about her. Her creativity is a part of everything she does. Derek has an amazing artistic ability. He can draw anything he wants with outstanding detail. I'm truly impressed.
Bianca is very artsy, and she always thinks creatively outside the box. Her class presentation was creative and interesting. Aiden always contributes positively to the classroom discussion and is creative in many ways in classroom activities, including the quality of his interactive student notebook. Elijah is a great student that is not afraid to think outside the box. He is always willing to step out on a limb and try something new without being afraid of failure. His creativity allows him to create solutions to all sorts of problems given to him. Emery is highly creative in both her thoughts and actions. She is curious about learning new things and expresses herself well. Her creativity makes her versatile and adaptable to any situation. Kevin's Greek mythology PowerPoint was fantastic. He went above and beyond. The other students and I saw his creative side. He had background music and cool visual aids. Way to be creative, Kevin. Haley was nominated by her classmates because she thinks outside the box on most of her work, like when she came up with a game for the class to play to understand the Declaration of Independence. She had the most creative ideas for the constitutional principles when we built them with Legos. Our table chose her ideas as our table model. She finds new ways to help us make the best arguments for our class debates. Amy finds creative ways to interact with her group members when solving problems. She is able to use her unique thought process to do problems. Thank you, Amy, for being creative. And these are our 7th graders. Boys and girls, take a deep breath. We are on our last grade level. I know you can do it.
Got to what?
Remember your manners. Be a good listener. Madeline approaches every assignment with true creative nature. From penmanship to artwork, she puts forth 100% every time. Makai, if you need a creative solution to a problem, want a poem, looking for a free thinker, look no further than Makai. He is creatively personified. Lamar has a creative flair when he does work where he can draw. He wrote and illustrated his own myth. His artistic style is very unique. Dion has a creative personality. His guitar playing is also very creative. He excels at creating new variations to the music we learn in guitar class. Maya was very creative when she designed her show board to look like a milk carton. Always willing to think outside the box, James incorporates creativity into every aspect of the classroom. He can take any assignment and flip it so it is never the same old thing. Thanks for your alternative perspective. Eve shows creativity in finding new ways to complete work and collaborate with others. He often tries new methods when learning new concepts. Way to go, Eves. Elizabeth, she has creativity at the core and is beginning to think outside the box. She has the ability to pause, think, and apply creativity to her thinking in order to come up with solutions that may not have otherwise occurred without that creative spark. Alexandra came up with the concept and executed the majority of the artwork for the door decorating contest for Red Ribbon Week. Her creativity shined through and our class won the contest. Crystal manifests her creativity when writing expository paragraphs. She is also creative in her artwork.
Weaver, come in, please.
Taj is a creative thinker, bringing new and unique ideas into learning. He is always thinking of new ideas for our language arts class. He enjoys creating fun learning activities that involves hands-on learning. He expresses his ideas and plans through various drawings and sketches. He is a joy to have in class. Mason is always trying to create fun things to show and incorporate into class. He loves doing magic tricks and getting students involved in activities. He also likes to recommend fun activities for us to do in class with our concept. Jalen is an incredible artist who puts 100% into his work. He is very creative and likes to draw in his free time. He always turns his work in on time and likes to show the class how to turn their projects into more creative pieces. Jalen will do great things in life with his creative mind. Jasmine is a very creative student. She is an excellent artist and shares her talent with group projects. Ace has a creative way of solving problems and explaining them to classmates. Ibrahim thinks outside the box and flexes his creative muscles frequently. He forces me to consider things from a different perspective. He certainly keeps me on my toes. Ibrahim, keep up the good work. And that is our 8th grade. This time I'm going to bring Dr. Grantham back to the podium for just a few more awards.
Can you give Ms. Wonderly a round of applause? Thank you, Ms. Wonderly. Boys and girls, we recognize you. We also recognize the people that work here at TVKA. And we do the office this month for us is creativity. These are nominated by our STEM coordinators after what they see, and they choose these winners. We talk about these folks a lot. You know, how we give these awards, we have a K-1, 2, a 3, 4, 5 in middle school, and then we have a non-instructional person. So I will read you what was written about these young ladies. I don't see any men up here. So our first from our primary is Miss Donatelli. Ms. Donatelli. From the second you interact with Ms. Donatelli, you can instantly notice her attention to detail, enthusiasm for life, and ability to think outside the box. She is reflective in her teaching and learning practices. Ms. Donatelli is always willing to learn and try new things. Her passion and creativity in her classroom is contagious as she influences our kindergarten students to reach their full potential. Thank you, Ms. Donatelli, for being an inspiration to both students and teachers alike. Thank you, Ms. Donatelli. From our intermediate, that's grades 3, 4, and 5, is Ms. Alicia Alonzo. Creative people are different. That's it. There's something charming and irresistible about them. Somehow they manage to see the world from another perspective, and things they do, the decisions they make are just different than what the rest of the people would usually do. This represents who Ms. Alonzo is. Ms. Alonzo is a truly creative thinker. She is constantly thinking of new and ingenious ways to present her content to her students. Ms. Alonzo is enthusiastic about allowing her students to think and present ideas in creative ways. Thank you for all that you do, Ms. Alonzo. Our teacher or media specialist representing middle school is Ms. Kristen Sundberg. With her smile and warm heart, Ms. Sundberg displays her creativity through the Upper Campus Media Center. From the comfortable reading corner to the artistically decorated display case, Ms. Sundberg uses her creativity to share her passion for reading with others. She is always looking for new ways to make the Media Center a place of adventure. Whether it's through a book, the computers, or independent learning, she uses her creativity to inspire students. Thank you, Ms. Sundberg. And representing our leadership team is Ms. Laura Wilton, our assistant principal. Henry Matisse once said, "Creative people are curious, flexible, persistent, and independent with a tremendous spirit of adventure and love of play." This quote perfectly describes Ms. Wilton. When faced with a problem to solve, Ms. Wilton utilizes her creativity by presenting new ideas, which are often out of the box. She is persistent in the things she is passionate about, which she couples with playfulness. Thank you, Ms. Wilton, for your unwavering creativity. And parents, as we conclude our program, we thank you all again for coming. We're going to have light refreshments, and we wish you a happy holiday season, and we will see you in January. Thank you, everybody.